Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm just going to show what it would look like if I chose my molecule for this assignment to be water. So what you're going to do is Google whatever molecule that you're going to do for the assignment. And then you want to kind of stay away from these and these types of diagrams. You want to kind of look for something like this that's this like ball and then stick formation. That's really going to be helpful in how to set up your 3D version of the molecule that you're creating. So here we're just going to do water. So we're going to have one oxygen and then we're going to have two smaller hydrogen molecules attached to it. So let's start off with our oxygen, and I'm just going to make it red just to kind of follow along with um, this picture that we have, and we'll make our hydrogens white as well. So let's just drag two more in here, and like I said, let's make these white. I'm just going to hit Shift D, oops, not Shift D, Control D, and that will have duplicated. So now we have our two hydrogens and our one oxygen. I'm just going to hit Shift and then make the hydrogen a little, or the oxygen, sorry, a little bit bigger because we know that oxygen is a bigger atom than hydrogen. And then I'm going to hit this little cone up here and I'm going to drag it up just so that we have the oxygen a little bit above the hydrogens. I'm also going to click the two of these. I'm going to hit Shift, click the two of them, and then hit Control G to group them together. That way I can just make them more aligned. And then to create this cylindrical stick part of the figure, we're going to click the cylinder, and then we're just going to stretch it out. And then I'm also going to hit Shift and kind of drag it smaller, and then we're going to zoom in here, drag it tall. So then we can tilt it like so, and then I'm going to move it up just a little bit. It looks like we need to drag it out a bit more to make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to hit Shift D or Control D again, and we'll duplicate it. And then I'm going to hit this button up here to mirror, because we want it to switch directions. Switch directions. Or you can just rotate it like how I am here. Oops, I do not want it to get bigger. Zoom out here. And then we can attach it like that. So now we have our oxygen and two hydrogens. I would also suggest coloring the bonds as well, especially if you're going to do a more complicated model. I would label or color them differently depending on if they're single, double, or triple bonded. You don't need to include any lone pairs in the models just because it doesn't look correct and it wouldn't print correctly or easily if you were, but for sake of the tutorial, you could have these, and then just move this cone up to show that there is 2 lone pairs above the oxygen. But like I said, for the sake of this project, you would only really need to do this main model here that has what is actually connected through bonds.